Jean-Paul Sartre wrote, "Everything has been discovered, except how to live." We here at Sales for Salesman Sales Cash Line Locomotion Machine have taken that to heart and discovered the exact system so you too can maximize your profits and discover how to live. Greetings, all you bountiful sunflowers. Money's everything, and the only true measure of worth. I'm Max Banks, and welcome to this Sales for Salesman Sales Cash Line Locomotion Machine presentation of our patently disruptive Profit Eruption Engine for Maximum Money Augmentation, or PEMA, system. If you're watching this, you marvelous cuddlebug, it means you haven't been selling. And the value you bring,
insert your company name,
is next to a trifling nothingness. But just because you're on the verge of losing that sweet, sweet job security you and your family used to survive, you precious candy morsel. For any managers watching, that was a compliment sandwich. Doesn't mean you're out of luck yet. Take heart, bright and shiny sales goblins, because Sales for Salesman Sales Cash Line Locomotion Machine is here to scoop you up from certain financial ruin and propel you into the life you've only dreamed of having. Let's begin. It's clear, you exuberant egret eggs, that overall your personality is unpalatable, and you're kind of funny to look at. This needs to change immediately if you want the happiness only money can provide. Alas, my adorable, slobbering bulldogs, we can't all be blessed with looks to kill. But we can have people ignore that repugnant personality with a simple technique. That is PEMA Step 1. Compliments. The savviest ragamuffins amongst you may have noticed I've been demonstrating Step 1 this whole time. Don't you worry, my delicate, ornate teacups. I can already hear you saying, "But Max, I'm not confident or charismatic. I could never." Well, shut up. What do you think this is? We got that covered. You got a notepad, sugary breakfast cereal? Nah, of course not. No wonder you're single-handedly costing
insert your company name.
millions, you delicate butterfly wings, you. Compliment sandwich. Well, go get one, 'cause here comes compliments to start every conversation. What's up, you mystic dragon child? What can I do for you, sunshiny apple blossom? What's new, vigorous morning dew? Well, you're a real fresh coat of paint there, aren't you? Well, how's it going, you perfectly balanced scale, you? Hello to you, glorious turtleneck. Alright, my sharp-tusked walruses, that's enough for now. For practice, lambast your new compliments on people in service positions, cashiers, waiters, anyone forced to interact with your trembling, blubbering faces. You stupendous maestros. Remember, an endless stream of disingenuous compliments is the foundation for any conversation. And what more is a sale than a conversation where one party wants to milk the other for everything they got? It's your money. It's just sitting in their pockets. And how do you open up their pockets? By opening up their hearts through conversation. And how do you have conversations? Wow, you're stupid. Why are you asking so many questions? I'll tell you why, you fantastic fluffernutter sandwich, you. In step 2 of Sales for Salesman Sales, Cash Line, Locomotion Machines, PMA System. Always say questions. Or ask. Get this in your thick skulls, you saccharine sweetie pumpkins. Every single conversation is a negotiation, and every negotiation is a battle in the eternal war of commerce. Oh, my soldiers of fortune, information is your steel, your thirsty blades, and questions expose the vitals of your customers so you might plunge your weapons deep and come back with a fistful of cash for the summer home. Now, you mighty battalion of revenue, this is where your tact comes in. Don't just stand there blathering on about the weather. No, you dive deep into the waters of their psyche. Find out what makes them tick, their aspirations, their fears, which one of their kids they hate the most. No question is off limits. Your questions make a two-pronged pincer attack of gilded friendship. The more they think they know you, the more they trust you, rely on you. And the more you know them, the better you can sell to them. Not just what they need, but what they don't even know they want yet. Now, squeeze that vice grip and sever their accounts with your closer. If you've done everything right, oh sturdy ancient trees, by winning your customers over with your compliments and opening them up with your questions, Sales for Salesman Sales, Cash Line, Locomotion Machine, PMA Step 3, the closer, should be simple yet effective. And that's why you tell your customer that hapless cattle exactly what they want, which will always be the most expensive thing you can offer them. At the start of your magical sales journey, you might be met with some resistance. So, I'm going to teach you 3 powerful words to win anybody over. Buddy, come on. That simple nudge is all it takes, my darling trumpeters. Between the bond you've made and their fear of disappointing you, who has showered them in such compliments and shown such interest in their little lives, will overwhelm any last thoughts they have of not buying that.
Insert your company product.
Congratulations, you crisp strawberry rhubarb pies! You just made a sale! Not really, but practice makes perfect. So let's put it all together with a couple scenarios from real life. Let's say you work at a car dealership. Let's say a lovely lady walks in. Open up with that compliment. Well, if it isn't a hard-working oil rig. Oh, you. So, what brought you in today? Well, I was looking for a... Oh, you fanciful disco queen. What brought you in today? Oh, you know how it is. I have too many kids now for my old sedan. I need something a little bigger. Something tells me it's not what you want, is it? I've always dreamed about a convertible, feeling the wind blow through my flowing hair, wild and free. My eruptive dream geyser, why not get both? Oh, that sounds really expensive. You got her now, hit her with the line. Pfft, buddy, come on. Yes, yes, 1,000,000 times yes. Yes, my scrumptious horse tamers, when you use the PMA system, it is exactly that easy, almost every single time. If you get good enough, you can even sell the salesman. Let's go for another scenario. Let's say you work in a fast food joint. No opportunities for sales there, right? Wrong! Wrong! There's always room for sales, and you get that pat on the back from your boss. Really, what's more rewarding than that? Welcome to Burger Palooza, you big palooka! How'd you get here? Well, I took the highway from work on my way. No! Not the roads you physically traveled. What spiritual roads brought you to this humble burger palace, you metaphysical wanderer? Work's been rough. There's all this pressure from above to sell this PMA system, but it's not what I'm passionate about. It's hard too when I know I'm making 5% of what they do off my sales. Grabbing a burger, it's easy. Gives me some kind of comfort, you know? Boy, do I. But my tenderized cube steak friend, do you really think one burger's enough to eat those feelings away? I mean, I guess not, but it's not exactly healthy. You know what to do, you behemoths of commerce! Buddy, come on. You know what? You're right. I'll take one of everything on the menu.
That's more like it, you delightful woodland clearing.
Wow, now that you know how simple it is to increase revenue, you hopeful daylilies must be chomping at the bit to sell, sell, sell! But let's go through one more scenario that's a little bit trickier before we unleash you delightful devils on the world. Let's say you work at a hotel, and let's say an old man wanders in, weary from the day's travels. How's it going, you beautiful, unworked lump of iron? I tell you, this last week's been the worst of my life. The floods, the fires, sheer carnage. Sounds like you could use some rain. The rains came. Folks started off by helping each other, sending food downstream being what was Main Street. Folks sent food and supplies in Tupperware, paint buckets, anything that would float, praying to dear heaven it would reach hungry mouths. Some folks invited people into their homes, what was left of them. You poor Gregorian chanter. You could use a rest, couldn't you? It won't be easy, young man. Not after what I've seen. I was lucky. I had my houseboat. Fishing pretty. I never did believe in land homes myself, you see. Thought I was safe. Until people's food ran out. Hunger makes a man desperate. Makes him do crazy things he never thought he'd be doing. That's when the fires started. Apologies, my rustic barrel, but how can there be fires in a flood? That's what I thought when I saw the first pillars of smoke. Only thing that spread faster than those terrible flames was the rumor. The only way to stop the water was to burn it out, beat it back, nature against nature. What possibly possessed people to believe that? Desperate people, my friend. Like I said, I was lucky I had fishing pretty, but it wasn't long before that luck ran out. I tried to escape, but the more the city burned, the more folks started jumping right into those floodwaters, searching for anything, clinging on for dear life. Most weren't able to cling hard enough. Oh, my dear wall-to-wall Encyclopedia Britannica collection, what did you do? Tried to help as many as I could. It's in my nature. Watched too many friends lose their lives in Nam. Thank you for your service, you meteoric rock star. When I saw the first survivors swimming my way, I tried scooping them up in an old net I got. But when people saw the safety of my houseboat, they swarmed. There were just Too many of them. I tried telling them, but they were beyond reason. Had to start beating them down off the sides. They just came back in bigger numbers. Even as they clawed their way onto the deck, they begged me to let them on. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do.
But, Apt Capitan, you're okay now, aren't you?
Barely. Last thing I saw as I escaped, swimming for my life, was a proud sail sinking into the deep.
Your houseboat had a sail.
My late wife got me that sail, you know. I will miss getting to look up at the sun rising through those billowing dreams. I got nothing left. Just memories. And enough for a night here.
After all that, finely pressed sheet metal, won't it be nice to be on dry land tonight?
For the first time in many years, I suppose it will.
You know, you high-hold, high-shine gentleman's pomade could be even nicer with an upgrade to our master suite, equipped with king bed and a jacuzzi right in the room. Only a difference of $250.
Is money all that matters to you? Have you no soul?
Buddy, come on.
You know nothing of what this world is. You have no compassion. Only greed.
Tell you what, you old salt. How about I throw in a free continental breakfast?
Free breakfast? Now that sounds like a deal I can get behind. And that's how it's done. Never give up on a sale. Capitalize on every opportunity, every travesty. We did it. This has been a Sales for Salesman Sales Cash Line Locomotion Machine presentation of the PIMA system. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Go sell, my glorious children. Sell! Sell! Sell!
No question is off limits. Ow. Wow, stabbed my jeans. Thank God I had jeans.
I'm in a hat for a B. It's a B burger place.
No, just get this one done, and then we can drink some soda pop.
Soda pop.